Hear ye, fucking hear ye. That works. It doesn't work. Hi, friends. For those who think I'm obsessed, maybe I am. What about it? Maya, we don't want the Amberlynn content. Yes, the fuck you do, because I read the comments, bitch, and you guys are totally also in the girl world. From the sound of it, maybe you could hear I'm extremely fucking sick. Sigh. I'm compensating for how I feel by like trying to do my makeup. My eyelashes are hanging on by a thread. Amber ended up putting a video up after the first initial breakup video. Amberlynn's all the rage, so I'm sure you've seen it. I want to talk about the things that she talks about in it because I feel like my eyebrow is continuously just like being raised. I feel like this video raises more questions than it does give answers. So why don't we just jump into it, and then as the video progresses I will remember the things I want to talk about, because right now I don't remember because I'm losing my mind.
Lymph nodes, propaganda, game councils, succulent, edamame, camino.
I finally took my first shower since the breakup. Today's the 6th. We broke up on the 4th. And I'm a daily shower type of girl. I'm like a
Am I just gonna say what we're all thinking? I know you think you're just like slipping that in there to subconsciously instill into our minds, plant the seed that you shower every day. Even if that is now true, even if it is now true, because there's a possibility that it's still not. I know you're trying to squash the I'm unhygienic beef, but when you say it all the time, it does the opposite effect. Like, you're not just like daintily slipping that in there. It sounds like compensation. It sounds like you're doing it purposeful. From one ostracized bitch to another. There was a friend of mine who was not my friend at the time who went on like this vicious rampage about me on the internet, and she would always say that like I didn't shower, I was so gross, I didn't shower. It was unfucking true, but there was not a peep that came out of me where I was like, but I shower, by the way, guys, because it was such a preposterous, offensive claim to make. Couldn't just sit there and be like, no, I shower, look, I shower, I'm in the shower. You cannot. I know what you're trying to do, and that's what's upsetting me, is that like, if I can see what you're trying to do, if anybody can see what you're trying to do, then you're not actually doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing what you think you're doing, despite you thinking that you're like doing what you're doing and you're not. No, I shower, look, I shower, I'm in the shower. It really doesn't make a difference. The people who think you don't shower still think you don't shower, no matter how many times you show yourself showering or whatever, no matter how many times you like slip that little fact right in there. Oh, I shower every day. Y'all hear that? They're still gonna fucking think you don't. I showered. This is showered hair. Did she actually though? Is she okay? And if you're stinky, you're stinky. I still love you.
And Feline did give me permission to share as much as I want.
You know how like in America we don't stand very close together? Like there's a lot of distance between us and our friends usually. Like the social norm is to be quite distant. I know my eyesight's really bad, but I'm never close enough to someone where I could like see their pores. When Amberlynn records, we're literally like right here. Do you guys notice how like far you guys are away from me? I couldn't reach the camera. We're literally like face to face with her. I feel like she's trying to tell me something. We're so up in her shit. I can smell Amberlynn's fucking breath. No wonder why she's like, I showered today, because we're like within stench vicinity. Physically, I want to be close to her.
I just appreciate the support so much. I'm only one person here, and I haven't been the most independent person in my life.
I am extremely concerned about the lack of socialization that I believe Amber has. And she can correct us if I'm wrong here, but we went from seeing her be a social person to literally hanging out with no one besides like the singular person that she's dating. There's no one to show. She just doesn't like hang out with people in person. Even people who are introverted, they need socialization. Every person does, especially in times of like shit like this. That's when you need it the most. I don't know where she's getting that support from in her personal life. Like, can anybody go on record and be like, I've been best friends with Amberlynn for this amount of years? Most human beings, you can fucking say that, I'm sure. Like, everybody has at least one best friend that has lasted. It's not always about how long, but just like someone who really fucks with you, who will die on the fucking hill. You know what I mean? I literally, in my mind, cannot think of a single person who is openly best friends with Amberlynn Reed, besides the people that she's dating at that time. Low-key, she can't even hit us with the, well, I just don't show them, because she literally said she didn't have anybody there for her. She had no shoulder to cry on. So, my point stands incorrected. I don't think Amberlynn's being more put together in this video because she's being more put together as a person. I don't think Amber has the emotional maturity for that. This is giving I just don't care as much as I once did. Anybody can see that. Generally speaking, this is the most put together Amber's ever been after a breakup. So, that obviously means something. It's either Amberlynn is emotionally maturing, don't fucking buy it. The only other fucking options are she just doesn't fuck with wifey like that. They broke up, so clearly something was awry. And the fact that maybe Amberlynn has someone else on her radar. Because I feel like she's just swiftly moving past this, and you'll see that theory is well supported by the shit that she says in this video.
Because she's poly? No. Like, people saying that she's...
The polyamorous thing, I'm telling you right fucking now, from one lesbian monogamist to another lesbian monogamist, the polyamorous thing had to have bothered you. Whether or not it was the reason for the breakup, shut the fuck up, girl, because I'm not saying that she was practicing polyamory, that I don't know for sure, whilst being with Amber, but that would bother any monogamist. Dating someone whose values align with the polyamory agenda. It's a complete opposition of core fundamental values. You cannot just sweep that one under the rug. You too toyed with the idea of polyamory because of wifey. You said so. I heard you and saw you speak with my own very eyeballs. These green orbs of mine. Whether or not that is exactly why this breakup occurred, there is no way in fucking hell that you were happy with the idea of your girlfriend being polyamorous. Fuck no. You even said yourself on other multiple occasions that you were like, that's an absolute no. Because it is an absolute no. To be honest with you, Amber, that's probably one of your only positive core values that you have.
Is in a relationship, another one, like on someone else? No.
My first thought wasn't, oh, wifey found someone else and that's why her and Amber are no longer a thing. I don't think wifey has someone else on her radar, but from this video, I think Amber does. I really, really do. That or she's just really sick of wifey shit. Amberlynn is definitely no fucking saint. None of us are. But this is out of character.
I wasn't happy because there were things that were happening.
I think Feline is a great person, but I wasn't happy because things were happening. What things? We don't want to hear that wifey got blacked out drunk and like you almost had to call the cops to save her ass. Like that's, well, there are people that want to hear that, but that's not what your concerned audience wants to hear. I'm gonna speak on behalf of the fucking babies that watch you that actually give a fuck about you. We want to know what happened that made you unhappy, so that way we can fucking archive that and hold you to your boundaries and standards when inevitably you find someone else. As we go through the video, she says all these good things that you would think would keep people together, not what would push people to break up.
It's hard when one person fixes or tries to fix things more than the other person.
That is a complete admission that this is a wifey problem. That is Amberlynn's extremely obvious, loud fucking way of her being like, I was fixing it. I'm the perfect princess of girl world because I am fixing things, or at least trying to, which is her little scapegoat, or in Amberlynn's words, escapegoat. Period. That one-liner says it all. Maybe Amberlynn wasn't expecting to deal with someone as immature as her in a lot of ways.
Like, I don't want to point fingers.
You just did.
Because I didn't get weight loss surgery or...
Do you blame us? If I was so in love and invested in someone whom is dying to morbid obesity and weight loss surgery is gonna save her life, then my girlfriend all of a sudden is like, no, I'm not doing it. And I was funding that with money, that is heartbreaking, no matter which way you fucking turn it. So it's not a far cry to assume that that would be a means for a breakup. Whether or not you want to go on record and say, we broke up specifically because the weight loss surgery was canceled. Maybe that's not the case, but again, it is so valid and important to point that out because that is monumental. That is monumental. I don't think wifey left Amber because she's fucking fat. Anybody here is sitting being like, oh, wifey left Amber because she's a lard ass. Bitch, she got with Amber because she's a lard ass. No offense, but wifey, you's a big bitch. Like, these are big bitches. The weight isn't the problem. I don't even think the fact that like Amberlynn getting fatter is a fucking problem. Wifey got with her when she was fucking heavy as fuck. Like Amber was fucking fucking huge then. I mean, she's just as big now, I think. I don't really pay attention to like Amber's statistics.
Because I am absolutely, utterly in love with Feline.
When it comes to this whole like, oh, love's not enough, love's not enough. Can I tell you why you're saying that now? What happens when you are a hopeless romantic, or you have like the bigger picture of getting married and you want a family and you just want your person? You find a person who is willing to just even know you, to stick around for a little bit. And what a hopeless romantic person does, I should make a fucking video on this, bitch. The mind plays tricks on you, right? Because you want it so bad, you essentially force fit it. It's not manifesting itself in a way where it's like naturally like in the universe. You are essentially forcing it to happen. You're seeing what you want to see. You're putting so much out in hopes that there's like a lick of return. There's something requited. And like your brain thinks that you're in love. What happened between you and wifey isn't the love that you actually want. Because the love that a girl like Amber wants, a love like a girl like I want, it would be enough. Because that is what love is. It's the total and complete being engulfed by your person. And it would be enough, because no matter the trial or tribulation, there would be a mutual not giving upness. You know what I mean? There'd be a mutual, like, I cannot live without you. I cannot live without you. And that doesn't mean you weren't loving towards her. That doesn't mean you weren't obsessed with her. That doesn't mean you weren't in lust with her. But the true and honest love that I know a girl like Amberlynn is looking for, a girl like me, what I want, it's not this. Because then you would not be able to sit here and I really want you guys to hear me out on that. You would not be able to sit here and just be like, I want to be her friend. Love just wasn't enough. Girl. If you were so gut-wrenchingly in love with Feline, you would not be able to break up with her. You would not be able to sit here and coherently explain the situation. You would not be able to function. No, and I'm not gonna let you sit here and say that, no. You might think you are. Your brain, because of all your trauma and all your confusion and your desperation, might lead you to believe that you are absolutely and utterly in love with Feline, but you're not. You're not. When you really love someone, there's not a lot of room for opposition. I am completely and utterly in love with Feline. Our biggest opposition is the fact that she has been polyamorous, and like that's what she identifies with. And though I am not polyamorous by any means, and I don't like that lifestyle, I find it so romantic that she's willing to try for me. And it's so hard. And I really love the fact that she can be so open with so many people. Like that can bring in a lot of diversity and so much experience. You know what I mean? Like you find ways to like use even those really fucked up negative things to your benefit. Like that is what real love does to you. It affects you in a psychological way. This is not, I am so completely and utterly in love with Feline. This is, get the fuck out of my house. I'm so sick of you.
Because when I stopped drinking, she also stopped.
Okay, so here we go on to the drinking thing, right?
She has not drank in over a year, because when I stopped drinking, she also stopped. And she got extremely drunk.
Maybe this is because I love a good drink. Oh. I love Drunklyn. I want to get fucking drunk with Amberlynn. I do. And maybe it's not good for her health because it's shit, but like, come on! Health? Y'all really want to talk about health right now with Miss Amberlynn? Oh, I stopped drinking because it's unhealthy for me. Can you stop fucking eating so much? Sorry, I had to. Like, come on. Maybe that would, like, fill up your tum-tum so that way you're not shoveling fucking Sonic and fucking McDonald's down your gullet. Fuck. You know what I mean? I remember Emerlyn was like, I would never be with someone who smokes cigarettes. I'm pretty sure while she was dating Wifey, she said that. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Wifey got caught, like, walking Twinkie and, like, fucking having a stove. Like, deal breaker. She goes on and on and on about how bad things were happening, but she doesn't tell us what, and we'll never know, and like that's private. But she tells us this. oh, and wifey was just unhinged and she was so drunk and like she almost died. It's like, okay. Does this have anything to do with the fact that you guys broke up? Because why else are you saying it? She also said, like, we're not gonna bring any more alcohol into this home. Aren't you guys broken up and aren't you guys, like, separating physically? What do you mean no more alcohol in the home?
She just regrets things, and...
She regrets what? Because the jump cut fucking bothers me. She goes, she regrets, jump cut, she regrets things. I want to know what she fucking said in between those two fucking clips.
A lot of people are confused because marriage is something I've always kind of talked about, and it's because of the problems.
That's what I'm saying. There was so much going on behind closed doors with wifey that it robbed Amberlynn of the idea of marriage. Oh God, this relationship was probably fucked up.
If she worked on herself and we were able to...
If she worked on herself.
And it was something we always said to each other.
If she worked on herself. If she worked on herself. Amber, honey, I love you, but I'm about to read you. Amber, you are who you hang out with. Okay? You don't work on yourself. So why the fuck would she? Why the fuck would she? You are who you hang out with. And if this girl is confined to essentially those four walls, your kingdom, your castle, Pillow Mountain, how the fuck is anybody supposed to just walk in there and have enough inner strength and power to resist the force that is Amberlynn, the force of your mental illness? I don't know if there's very many people who could stick to their guns in that kind of environment, let alone get better of a person. You're not laying the groundwork out for an environment that's enriching and the kind of place where you do grow. This is the kind of place where dreams die. Someone should literally do like a head count on how many times Amber has literally said she's gonna do something and doesn't do it. Millions? I mean, seriously, hundreds and hundreds of thousands, at least. Hundreds and thousands of times.
But same sense, like, love isn't enough sometimes. Love isn't enough. And that is like the most mature way of looking at some things. I've never understood it before, that two people can be so in love with each other, but still not be right for each other. It's
definitely possible to have love for someone, but them not be good for you. I think that happens more often than a love that is good for you.
It's like I'm hurting more for Feline than I am for myself, because seeing her this heartbroken, like, I've never seen this side of her.
Yeah, clearly, because you're not that fucking upset. You're literally not that fucking upset. You're not. And that is speaking volumes to me, because you usually put on the theatrics, Miss Girl. It is the Amberlynn show. You know what I mean? Like, this is like something different.
And she slept on the couch again last night because I don't want to sleep on the bed with her because I need to detach myself.
Pillow Mountain couch?
She kept saying how badly she wanted to come crawl in bed with me, and I'm just so glad she didn't. Like, I'm so glad she didn't.
Look at Amberlynn Reed being the heartbreaker for once. Like, what?
I want her to be fully happy, and I want me to be fully happy. Like, Feline has worked so hard. Like, she is one of the most hardworking people I've ever known. Like, so many people have this, like, misconception of her. Like, she don't pay bills, she don't do this, she don't... That's bullshit, lies. Like, that's just all made up from entertainment by reaction channels. Feline is the most giving person, and she holds her own. She holds her own. She holds me sometimes. Like, you know, I'm not really someone who needs help financially, and I'm grateful for that. But, like, you know, the whole weight loss surgery thing. Like,
it's like she started crying when she's like, I want to be happy too, and then she like quickly like directs the conversation into like doting on wifey. Wifey, please don't expose me. Look, I'm talking nicely about you publicly. Wifey, please don't expose me.
I have a lot of freaking shit that I have to work on. Like, look at me.
We know.
I can't travel with her right now.
We fucking know. Wifey knew too.
Some things I do have boundaries. I do. And I'm
what boundaries, honey? We just want to know like what happened in the relationship that didn't suit you. A couple people in girl world were like, oh, it's easier to stay with someone. It's more effort to break up with someone, which is true, especially when you've intertwined your lives that much that fast. So that's a lot of shit to undo. Use this as an example going forward to not just jump fucking into the deep end with someone you don't know if there's longevity really there.
I got very lucky with this apartment because it is a luxury apartment. I know people LOL at that, they giggle at that, they roll eyes at that, but it is a luxury apartment. Like, this place is, like, literally, if you look up the name of it, it's luxury. So, like, says it, like, I'm very lucky with this apartment.
We got it, it's luxury.
So be here, and I want to spend as much time with her as I can, like, as a friend.
That is why I feel the way I feel. I want to spend as much time with her as a friend. As a friend. As a friend? But I'm so utterly and absolutely in love with Feline. I want to hang out with her as a friend. As much time as I can, as a friend. No. You know, no. 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 If one of my friends tried to bullshit me like that, I'd be like, you're fucking Not all the way there. Do you think I'm fucking stupid, bitch? So utterly in love. But she's my bestie. Like, duh. Girl, what the fuck? What do you think you're fooling? Not Maya Alana, bitch. Amber Lynn, you are not fooling Maya Alana, xoxomyah, the overlord, the blueprint. You're not fooling me, bitch. I don't think you're fooling anybody. I don't even think you're fooling yourself. I think you're just talking to talk right now, to be honest.
But it was hurting being with her. That's really all.
It was hurting being with her? What did she do? What did she do? Oh, baby girl. Amber Lynn, baby girl. What did she do? It's hurting being with her?
Something finally just like clicks in your head and you're like, no wait, I can't accept this.
Can't accept what? 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 I want to know what we can't accept, Amber. You have to tell me. I want to know what Amber Lynn can accept. Amber! Amber, you're driving me nuts! Look what you've done to me!
Because we thought we had that planned. You know, we knew where we wanted to move, and we were gonna do that together. And
Amber, you're such a fucking baby. You meet this random bitch on Instagram DMs and you think that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with her?
so, anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. And I'll see you next one. Bye.
Hope we're doing good. You just got out of a 2-year fucking relationship with someone that you, quote, are utterly in love with. Is this even real? And then she went on Instagram and was like saying something about like how she wants wifey to fucking like say her side. There's just so much to fucking unpack. The possibilities are endless. So thanks for listening to me bitch and fucking complain and have like a meltdown about this. We will continue to stay updated with Miss Amber. In a lot of ways, I'm excited to see where this takes her. I'm excited to see what happens in the Amberverse because for a grip, it's fucking boring. I love you guys. Every Wednesday I post. I know these are like random videos just because like it's happening. But I do have a video coming out on Wednesday as well. I'm really sick, but that means I have the time to edit, so that's what I'm gonna do. Shouts out to all my patrons. You guys rock. Join my Discord server if you want, and I'll see y'all later. Miss Amber, I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're oh so mad at me, but like, can you blame me? Can you blame any of us right now?